Good morning, everyone. So, I know that you have already looked for the articles that are related to your study, and I believe that you have already downloaded some of them, especially in PDF files. Now, have you experienced having downloaded all of them, and then you just feel like all of those files are so cluttered in your desktop or in your phone? And have you tried composing your paper and then you just find it so difficult to cite all those sources? And did you find it so tedious that in order to make your reference list, you need to go through each of those cited materials, cited sources in your paper? And while you do that, you need to make sure that you're following the correct APA citation style. Did you find it tedious? Well, if you do, you don't have to worry because Mendeley is here for you. Mendeley is so useful, especially for researchers like us. This video is not sponsored and just offered to you for educational purposes alone. The first step that we need to take in order to start is to go to the website www.mendeley.com. So as you can see, I am signed into my account, but if you don't have an account yet, you can definitely create an account. All you need to do is to provide your name, your email address, and provide a password. Okay? So this is the interface of Mendeley. So you just need to click here for you to create an account. And since I already have an account, I will now sign into my account. Now, if you're new to Mendeley, you can definitely download the software for the Mendeley Reference Manager. So you just click this one, click download, and then click download now for Windows and save file. So this is particularly for Windows or Mac users. Alright, so if you already have a file with you, you can now install the app. Alright. So we're already done with creating an account. Going to mendeley.com, you have already downloaded the software and you have already installed the software. Well, the main function of Mendeley is really to help us manage our resources. By that, it helps us to cite our resources. So how are you going to do that? Well, once you open Mendeley, let's say I'm going to open Mendeley. Once you open Mendeley, there will be a pop-up here. Once you've already installed Mendeley, this will be its interface. Okay, so let me log into my account. I'm already signed into my account in Mendeley. I'm using the software already. So you would see, once you open the software, you would see this pop-up. And in here, if you're a first-time user, you would need to install this reference manager and the citation plugin for Microsoft so that you can use this reference manager on your document using Microsoft Word. Okay? So let's say you've already installed that. Now let's go to your document. So I'm going to show you a document. Okay, here you go. So let's say I'm going to erase this one. Let's say I want to put my citation in this part of the sentence. Okay, so what I need to do is to click click on References. And I will click on Insert Citation. So there will be a pop-up like this, and you will click on Go to Mendeley. Right, so let's say the article that I want to cite or my source would be this PDF file. So I will just click that and click on this button, which says Cite. Okay. Alright, here you go. As you can see, it already generated this parenthetical citation. So easy, right? Let's try it on another one. Let's say I want to put a citation. So I will click Insert Citation. Click on this Go to Mendeley phrase. I will look for the source. So let's say this is the source. And then I will click on the button that says Cite. And here you go. Your parenthetical citation. Now, what if you are going to generate your reference list? What you need to do is that you go to the last part of your paper. Let's say this is the last part of the paper, and then I'll write here reference list. Okay. So for you to generate the reference list from the citations that you need, you will just click on Insert Bibliography. Once you do that, it will automatically generate your reference list using the citation style that you chose. Well, how do you choose a citation style? What you need to do is to look at this one, the part where it says style, and then you can choose among the different citation styles. And for our field, the suggested citation style that we need to follow is American Psychological Association, and right now they're using the 7th edition, so we can use that one. So this one is actually already using APA 7th edition. Great, right? So that's how Mendeley works. And it's so easy. It makes our lives as researchers so convenient. Well, there are times when there are times when you need to change some information, so you can definitely just edit. Okay? Just in case there's some information that you want to change. Okay? Alright, so we're already done discussing or unlocking the main function of Mendeley. But wait, there's more. Actually, Mendeley can offer more of that. So one additional feature that we can do in Mendeley is that we can tag some files as our favorites. Let me show my Mendeley desktop for you. Okay. So you're now looking at my Mendeley desktop. So let's say I wanna mark this file as my favorite. So as you can see, there's a little star in here. So you just click on that. And let's say this one too is my favorite. Because maybe most of my resources or most of my ideas come from these sources. So I'll just click favorite. Okay? Well, what you can do is you can click on this folder that says favorites, and there you would see the folders or documents that you tagged as your favorite. So that's one thing that Mendeley can offer us, or one thing that we can do in Mendeley. Another thing is that we can create folders in Mendeley, especially if we have some resources that have different topics. I'm going to demonstrate that one for you. So let's go back to my Mendeley desktop. So at the left portion of your software, you can see create folder. So as you can see, I already created a folder there that's called participatory communication. Let's say I'm gonna create a new folder. Let's say this folder is called part 1. Let's say that's part 1. Then I'll create another folder that's called part 2. Okay. So what you can do is you can click on all documents, and then in case this particular document belongs to part 1, so you can just drag this document to the folder that's called part 1. Okay. And then for this one, you wanna put it in part 2. So you can just drag it. And when you click the folder part 2, then here you go. You can see the document that you drag, and you can sort all you want. Okay. So that's about creating folders in Mendeley. Another thing that you can do in Mendeley is that you can create watch folders. Watch folders are actually folders that are being monitored by Mendeley. That means that whenever you're going to add some documents or some files in that particular folder in your desktop, then Mendeley will automatically sync the files that you added there and add it on your Mendeley desktop software. For example, let's go back to my Mendeley desktop. You can create watch folders by doing this. You can click on Tools and click on Options. And there is an option there that says Watched Folders. So I can select any folder that I want to be monitored by Mendeley. For example, let's go to Personal, and then Masters. So, for example, I have some files for my master's degree, and I have this folder for my thesis. So I can just click on that, so that every time I'm gonna add a file in that folder, Mendeley will automatically read that and automatically add those files on my Mendeley desktop. So I just need to, once I already tick the box, I just click apply and OK. Because why is that so convenient? It is because if you don't set some watched folders, you would need to click on this one, add button. You need to click on the add button and manually send here or drag some files that you want to put in Mendeley desktop. So it's really convenient to use the watched folders feature. Alright, but that's not all of Mendeley. Mendeley has a lot more to offer. Another thing that Mendeley can offer is that we can actually use Mendeley desktop as a PDF reader. And that's my favorite part, because it's just like an all-in-one software. You can use Mendeley desktop as a PDF reader, and not only a reader, but you can actually write some notes, you can annotate, you can highlight. Let me show you an example. Let's go back to my Mendeley desktop again. So let's say I'm gonna open this particular study. Okay, let's say I find this first sentence very essential. I can actually highlight this one. So I'll just click on highlight, and right, it's already highlighted in yellow. The good thing about this is that you can sort some highlighted notes by color. For example, I want this part, for example, I want some important, or I want to highlight the main ideas using color yellow, and I want to highlight the supporting ideas using pink. I can definitely do that by just clicking on, for example, if this is the supporting idea, I can just highlight that and click on another color. Highlight and then the color. You can choose among these colors. For example, I will choose red. Oh, sorry. Let's highlight that one again and click this one. Overall, because it's not cooperating. Alright, here we go. I've already highlighted it in the color that I want. And that's not it. You can actually create some notes, as what I've said a while ago. For example, I found this one important, or I found this one as a main idea. So what I can do is I can create a note in here. I'm gonna write a note. Let's say this is a main idea. Right. Let's say I will go to the next page and I will put another note. For example, this is a great example. Okay. You know what happens with your notes is that it goes here. You can click on the tab here at the right side of your desktop, and you will see here the notes that you made. And when I click the notes, it will bring me to where I put the note. For example, I will click this note. This is a great example. So it took me to this part where I actually put the note. Great, right? Another thing is that you can make some general notes or other notes that you want to make on this part of your desktop. For example, I want to put here reminders. I can also use this bold font here, and then for the supporting information, I can just turn off the bold font. Okay, so you can do that. But that's not all of Mendeley. You see, Mendeley can offer a lot of features, and that's what's great about Mendeley, and that's what's really great about Mendeley, especially to researchers like us. Another thing that we can do in Mendeley is that we can create tags. Tags are our way of categorizing articles into groups. So it's like we're grouping articles within a folder. So this is how you do that. So let's go back to the documents that we have. So let's say I'll click this file, and then I will create a tag that's called section 1. Okay. Actually, you can put a number of tags in each file, and you can separate each tag by a semicolon. But this time I'll just use one tag. Okay. And let's say I will get another document here, and I will tag it as section 1 as well. Okay, and let's say I will put here section 5. So where would you see the tags that you made? You would actually see here, right here. So you would filter it by tags. So you can see here all the tags that you made, and all the files under the tags will show here every time you click on the tags. And the best thing is that, since I mentioned that using the tags is like grouping articles within a folder, if you click on filter by my tags, if I click on each folder, you would see the tags that are under each folder. For example, I would click part 1. You would see here below that there's the tag that belongs in this folder called part 1 is section 3. If I click part 2, the tag that belongs under that folder is section 4. And when I click the participatory communication folder, you would see that the tags under that folder are section 1, 2, 3, and 5. And every time I click any tag, the files under that tag will show in here. Interesting, right? Now let's go to another feature of Mendeley. In Mendeley, you can also mark some of the files as read. This is really useful for us to track the files that we have already read and the files that we haven't read yet. Just like in your emails, right? In your emails, you can mark them as read. And let me show you how it works in Mendeley Desktop. So let's look at all of the documents that are in here. Okay, so we have here all the documents. So as you can see here, there are some small circles beside or in between the file type indicator and the favorites icon. So these green circles here indicate that you have already read the article. And if, for example, this gray circle here indicates that you haven't read the article yet. Oh, sorry. The green icon here, the green circles here indicate that you haven't read this article yet. So if you click this one, it will turn to gray. If it's already marked as gray, then that indicates that you have already read the article. Okay, so you can sort the files that are already read and the files that you haven't read yet by clicking on this circle at the top. So as you can see, the gray circles are already below. And once again, clarify to correct myself, the gray circles here indicate that you have already read them. And the green circles here indicate that you haven't read them yet. Okay? Now let's go to the next one. So in Mendeley, it's really important to sync because the great thing about Mendeley is that you can use any device and still be able to log into your account in Mendeley. For example, if I'm going to use my office computer and then I'm going to log into my Mendeley account there, whatever thing that I did there will be synced to my Mendeley desktop at home. What I just have to do is to click on the sync button in my Mendeley desktop. For example, the sync button in my Mendeley desktop is in here. I just need to click on that so that all the changes that I made at my office computer will reflect in here. Okay, so that's it. Now let's go to the next feature of Mendeley Desktop. If ever you have already published your article in a reputable journal, then you can actually track your article there in Mendeley Desktop. So you just go to the left side of your Mendeley Desktop and click on this tab here that says My Publications. Okay, so you just click on this one and go through the process. Okay, and then an additional tip or an additional feature of Mendeley Desktop is that you can actually search for literature in Mendeley Desktop. However, as of the moment, in the new version of Mendeley Desktop, it's no longer available. It's available in its version 1.19.6. It's a lower version actually, but they have already stopped putting that feature on the new version of Mendeley Desktop. So what you can do in literature search is that you can look for some literatures online by using your Mendeley Desktop software. Alright, so I hope that the presentation has helped you. That's it for Mendeley Desktop. So if you would like to ask if we can use it on your phone, you can definitely do so. Just go to its website, which is www.mendeley.com. You can log in there, you can sign up there, and manage your resources. If you're asking if Mendeley has an app, they had before, but right now they have already discontinued the app to actually focus on the desktop and on their website. Okay, so that's it for Mendeley Desktop. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me, and I will do my best to answer you. All right, so thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it gave you some enlightenment or some good insight, especially for your ongoing research and for your researches ahead. All right, so this is Rudy Valdez. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day ahead. Bye bye.